Hey guys, welcome back. I am 208 SkinDoc, board certified dermatologist, Dr. Dustin Portela, practicing in Boise, Idaho, and I am continuing the process of experimenting on myself to teach you guys about skincare. Some of the previous episodes that we have done include getting a tattoo, so you don't have to go and get a tattoo. By the way, that's healed up. Great, it feels fine. And if you haven't watched that video, make sure you do it. It's a special tattoo that is going to fade away in a year without the need for laser tattoo removal. I also went and got a spray tan so that you can understand the process of preparing for and receiving a spray tan and why that is safer than getting a tan by tanning beds or being under the sunlight. Some other things that you'll see in the future are getting laser treatments and getting other treatments done in the clinic that you might be curious about. But today we're going to be talking about hair removal, specifically sugaring and waxing. Most people are familiar with the process of waxing. I went and tried sugaring here locally in Boise, Idaho, and I'm going to talk to you about my experience with that. So let's jump into it. I hope you guys appreciate this episode because it did not feel great. Again, this took place back during COVID, and I have fortunately been able to become friends with many other practitioners here in the Boise, Idaho area. Of course, dermatologists and estheticians and many other, beauty experts that do different things related to the health of your skin, hair, and nails. And one of those was Lindsay, who is at Sugared Boise. Lindsay invited me into her studio where she shares an office with her sisters, and they all do different types of things in the beauty industry, whether it's sugaring, permanent makeup, lashes, brows, whatever it is. They have a great little business and their clients love them. So a shout out to all of them over there at the Dorothy building. My purpose in going there was to get sugared. Now, sugaring is somewhat similar to waxing, but instead of wax that has to melt and you put it on the skin, you're using sugar that is melted to become a very viscous substance. It's applied to the skin and then it's removed rather quickly. Most of the clients that Lindsay services are going to be female, but men do it as well, and any area of the body can be sugared just like it's waxed. Some of the advantages to sugaring is that sugar does not stick to your skin cells quite the same way that waxing does, so it only pulls on the hair and does not remove as many of the dead skin cells, but it does still remove some of them. I don't think you can completely get away from that. Now, when you sugar, the sugar is of course warm and it's put on the skin and then it's kind of pulled off, and usually you should be pulling in the direction that the hair is growing. And overall, many practitioners of sugaring say that it hurts less than waxing. I can't personally compare the two because I haven't been waxed, but I've heard it both ways from different people that have tried both, that one hurts more than the other and vice versa. So it may be, the individual person, their pain tolerance, the technique of the practitioner. There's a lot that could go into it. In order to prepare for my appointment, I was asked to make sure that I let the hair on my chest grow because we were going to be sugaring the chest. That was the plan. When I got there, she talked me into doing the chest and the abdomen, and overall it went fine, but it did still feel somewhat uncomfortable. In order to successfully treat an area, you need to allow the hair to be at least the size of a grain of rice, is what I was instructed. It doesn't need to be long and completely untrimmed, but you can't have recently shaved the area either because you need something for that wax or the sugar to grab onto. So it needs to have enough surface area to grab onto the hair so that when you pull it off, it comes right off. When you wax an area, you apply hot wax to the area and you allow it to cool and harden, and then you pull it off, and that's all you can do. You can use that one time. When you're sugaring, you can apply it to an area because it remains viscous. It doesn't completely harden the way that wax does, and then you can rip it off. You can then reuse it, apply it back to an area of skin that maybe some of the hairs didn't come all the way out. You do it again or move on to the next area. For my personal appointment, after I arrived, I had a consultation with Lindsay. She again instructed me about the process, what to expect. Then she stepped out, allowed me to dress down, and I laid on the table. She did apply baby powder to my skin as well so that the sugar would not stick to my skin as much, and really did help to improve the comfort level of the treatment. Lindsay had a great technique and she was very pleasant to work with. Her clients love her and she does a great job. For my treatment, we did the chest and the abdomen, and some areas were of course more tender than others. After the treatment was over, I was instructed not to go work out really hard because we had just caused, very mild injury to the skin by removing those hairs, and working up a big sweat isn't necessarily good in that kind of situation. So I was instructed to take it easy for a day or two and then just allow my skin to heal, to moisturize well, to keep things clean, to use fragrance-free soaps or body washes in the shower. That was kind of the instructions that I was given, and I followed those. Even though I followed those instructions, I did get a few little ingrown hairs as things were starting to grow back, little tiny pimples forming over some of the areas where the hair was removed. And that's really pretty a normal thing to happen. If you have good technique when it's done, you shouldn't have a lot of that, but it can happen to nearly anybody who has waxing or sugaring performed. Now, sugaring, just like waxing, is going to remove the hair at the root. So it does take a little while for that hair to grow back. You get pretty long duration of hair removal in the area, but over time the hair bulb will reform because the stem cells are still there, and the hair will grow back out and through, and then you can repeat the process as frequently as you might need as an individual. Sugaring is certainly going to last longer than shaving because shaving is only taking the hair down to the skin level, and then it's going to grow back much more quickly because you don't have to regenerate the bulb of the hair follicle. An alternative to shaving, waxing, or sugaring would be something like laser hair removal. Laser hair removal is going to work best on people who have lighter colored skin and darker colored hair, because what the laser can do is it can target the pigment in the hair bulb, and it can actually damage that area enough so that the hair bulb does not reform. Laser hair removal often does take several sessions, and it tends to be quite a bit more expensive than something like sugaring or waxing. Overall, I had a great experience with Lindsay. I only did it the one time because I'm not so concerned with continually removing the hair off of my chest and my abdomen, but I had a good experience learning about it so that I could teach you guys more about it and how to care for it afterwards. If you guys have questions about sugaring, waxing, laser hair removal, shaving, whatever it is, make sure to ask them down in the comments below. I'll try to answer everything you ask or prepare new content around that topic. So thank you for following along, sticking here till the end of the video, liking, commenting, sharing. I look forward to seeing you back next time.